Top 6 tools to get you started in woodworking. Next on MK Woodworks. So the first tool on my list is a random orbital sander. Now there's many different kinds of sanders out there on the market. Belt sanders, palm sanders, random orbit sanders. There's even stationary sanding machines. However, if you're just a beginner and you're just starting out in woodworking, I'd absolutely recommend you get a random orbital sander. One like this. Doesn't have to be very expensive. Just make sure you get good quality sandpaper, because the cheap stuff does not work very well. So make sure that you buy a high quality sandpaper so that your sanding tasks are much easier. Number 2 on my list is a good cordless drill. Now you see that I have 2 things here. One is a drill and the other is an impact driver. And what you'll find nowadays is that if you buy a drill, a lot of the times it'll come in a kit with an impact driver. Impact drivers are much better than drills at driving screws. They allow for a lot more torque and a lot more force when you're driving screws, and it's a lot less likely to cam out and strip out than a drill. And your drill is going to be mainly for drilling holes, but I definitely recommend picking up a good kit with 2 batteries and the drill and the impact included. So next up on my list would be a good circular saw. Now there's some cheaper circular saws on the market. I would try to stay away from them if you can, because they're just not very well made and they just are very underpowered. So I would look for a decent, the best that you can afford model of a circular saw. Now you can get either a corded circular saw or a cordless circular saw like this one here. That is your preference. But either way you go, definitely make sure you get a high quality circular saw. Next up we have routers. Now a router is one of the most important tools you can have in your shop. And there's a couple of different kinds. For example, here's a small trim router, which is very nice for profiling and smaller tasks, forming edges and so forth. Not super powerful, so they can only take 1/4-inch router bits, but they are very handy to have, and especially in a cordless version like this. Another option is a corded router kit, which typically will come with a fixed base and also a plunge base. Plunge base is nice because it allows you to plunge into your material before you start, which is very nice for mortising and other operations like that where you do not want to have the router in the full down position at all times. So definitely pick up a good router kit. If you do not want to do a lot of heavier routing work when you first start out, definitely pick up a trim router. It will do a lot of the work for you. Next up is a jigsaw. A jigsaw will cut curves and it will cut all kind of scroll shapes that you just can't cut with any other kind of saw. Very indispensable for a beginner woodworker. Even as you progress, and maybe even if you get a bandsaw, I'm sure you'll still reach for your jigsaw every now and then. Okay, and last but not least is a good brad nailer. Now brad nailers typically come in both pneumatic and cordless versions. That is your preference on which you would buy, but I would definitely recommend that you get a brad nailer because you will definitely use this tool a lot. Times where you need to pin things together or just tack things in place, While glue is drying, these are indispensable to have. So I hope you enjoyed that top 6 list of beginning woodworking tools to own. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.